So this is the model of the Celebrity Encore. Like I said, it's a relatively new ship Norwegian Encore. Norwegian Encore. And a little bit of a breakdown in the ship. So where I'm at here is up here on 16 in the observation area, which is that whole big glassed in area here in front. And there's a bar area in there. And one of the challenges with this ship is that all of this area above is all highfalutin people, and it's all private. So they have their own pool, they have all of their own staterooms, they have all of their own sitting out areas. They have their own eating area as well too. This line of windows here is an eating area for them. You know, they have their own hot tubs and all of that stuff. The challenge that creates is that the bank of elevators, there's only 2 banks of elevators, which are kind of about right here midship, and kind of about right here kind of midship as well too. So the challenge with that is that there's a lot of walking from here to midship to the elevator, and then or down here to this elevator. Now, a lot of the restaurants here are at the end of the ship, and then the cafeteria area is up here in the front of the ship, up on 16 as well too. So that's nice if you're staying, and we're staying kind of about here as well too in the whole model. The benefit is that going to food is close from the cafeteria perspective. If you want to go to the fancy where you sit down, that's over here in the back of the boat as well too, down here. To be in all of some of the fancy restaurants, like the steak restaurant is down here, just above the Norwegian flag there in the boat. They have this kind of wasted space here, which is more for the kidlets. There's some kind of laser tag kind of thing that happens at night. But the benefit of this area up here as well too is that there is benches or comfortable seating here at the end of the ship. The only problem is that the exhaust fumes, wherever they're at, here end up coming this way, and you end up stinking up and smelling the exhaust fumes. There is a racetrack here on the top floor of the ship. Haven't done the racing yet, but I will. And it's a 2-leveled kind of racetrack, which is pretty cool. And then you have the tube. So you have the dropping where you stand up there and you get flushed basically down through the tubing out the side of the aircraft, the boat, and back into landing then. I won't do that because I'm not a huge fan of being flushed down a toilet. You're gonna get flushed enough while you're alive. But then over here, there is a rafting thing, and we may end up doing the rafting thing here sometime soon. That seems pretty benign. You come down, and of course you land back down here in that whole design. So it's kind of fun. Today we actually sat down here underneath and had a nice peaceful little nap other than a little bit of screaming. Once you disconnect, there is the adult pool, which is here, and then the child's pool, which is there, so that way they don't mix. It was very, very packed up there because there's a lot of people on this cruise ship. As you can see, it's a massive cruise ship. There was a lot of people congregated here. So as long as you want to go and hang out with people and all that stuff, some of the funnest places. This area down here has been closed because the weather has been, or the wind has been pretty rough, and there's been spray coming up onto this deck down here, so they did close it from this door. So you can come out this door, you can only go this way, which is still fun because it's always fun to get away from people and just walk along and have some wonderful conversations. behind the boats and you get here. But you cannot, on this deck, on the lower deck, you cannot circle around behind. Now, to that end, on deck 8, which is here, there's a great piano bar here on 8. And the benefit of the piano bar, it was just a blast. It was really, really good entertainment today. You come out this door, it's actually technically on the model, it's this door, and you can walk all the way along the promenade here, by all the restaurants and everything, all the way around the whole back side of the boat. And then you come back in and I'm gonna call this door midship, because that's the door. You cannot go any further that way without running into either just hotel rooms or getting up into the highfalutin people where you can't go up and see them. Again, over here they got it closed off, so you can't go up to the highfalutin people. The highfalutin people keep there. So it's kind of like a private cruise ship within a cruise ship as well too. And just keep that in mind. In case you want to go and be one of the highfalutin people, it's just more expensive to be in their area. I haven't been, there's supposedly some chairs are sitting down there. I have not been able to find that or to get to it. I'll figure that out and see if I can't get there. But that's kind of your whole tour of the on 6 is restaurants and a lot of bands. Center 6 is where you kind of go into the cruise ship at as well too. So there's some wonderful places there. 8, there's some wonderful places, and most everything is up here along 16, 17, 18, 19 is where most of your activity is when you're on the Norwegian Encore. It is a lot of fun, of course, to be back cruising again. The one thing that makes this cruise ship a lot more comfortable is the baffling system that they have as well too, which kind of acts as a wing, if you will. So it stabilizes the boat in the water, so it's not rocking. If you get onto some of the smaller, older ships, they have a lot of rocking, and of course then the torpedo front as well too makes it so that it's not doing a whole bunch of this. That torpedo front helps it to cut through the water, to give it a lot smoother of a ride as well too. Ride on this trip has been pretty smooth, other than strong winds and rough seas, but the boat is not doing a whole lot of rocking and bobbing and stuff like other cruise lines that we've been on. Because this is such a large ship, if you go with, can't think of the name of the other, they mostly have smaller ships and older clientele. This is not exactly designed for old folks very well, because it is such a massive ship. It's a massive ship. There's a lot of walking everywhere you go. And you got to explore the ship to be able to figure out where everything's at as well too. But they are also very good at trying to make sure that our senior citizens have care. So there's people that walk around and pay attention. Like my mother-in-law was walking with her plate, and a porter came by and said, "Ma'am, let me help you with your plate to your table." So they have empowered their people to focus on our senior citizens, to try to make this a little bit more comfortable for our senior citizens. It is a massive ship. It's a beautiful, massive ship. And I just wanted to shoot this video in front of the model here so you could get some kind of an idea when you do go on Norwegian Encore, a little bit of the setup and the layout of the ship. It's going to be in service for a long time. This ship goes to the Caribbean, and then it flips over and it goes to Alaska. So this ship is covered at both the Caribbean and the Alaska for now. And this is their new style of ship as well too. So all of the other ships that are getting launched are kind of done up in this style as well too. It's a beautiful ship, it is. It's a very comfortable ship to be on, it is. Now for us, where are we staying at? We are staying kind of up here, interior. We're not a huge fan of, right now at least, because of the cost and all that stuff, of having the exterior rooms. We like being on the interior because when you're on an interior room, it's completely dark and very, very quiet, so that you don't have to worry about, you know, ocean spray or anything like that. The lights are off, it's dark, and you can sleep. And so what we're trying to do is catch up on some of our sleep, and it is a little bit less expensive to do that as well too, although very expensive as well. Cruising has become very expensive. And so if you book in advance, you can save a couple of $1,000, but it's a beautiful, beautiful cruise ship. You'll enjoy yourself on Norwegian Encore when you go. And we look forward to coming back to Encore at some point in time because it is a beautiful ship. Have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.